Today I am here mostly for a bit of a scouting trip. It's lovely and peaceful here. I can hear the sound of rushing water. Okay, this is the famous Moli del Salt that gives the place its name. Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. Today I am here mostly for a bit of a scouting trip. It's 9:30, so we're well past great light. And I've got to be honest, this location is probably not one I would choose normally to visit at this time of year. I did originally intend to come here in probably April time after some heavy rains, because there's supposed to be some waterfalls and that kind of thing here, and obviously they're going to be better when we've had rains. At the moment there may be nothing, maybe no waterfalls, there may just be a trickle, I don't know. But I'm going to go and have a look anyway. As I said, I was going to come here in kind of April, but obviously lockdown meant that was impossible. But I've decided to come and scout it out today anyway, because that way when we do get some rains maybe later in the year, or maybe even early next year, at least I'll know what's here, how I can shoot it, when's the best time of day to come. And while I'm here today, hopefully I might manage to get some images, but given that it's a little bit later in the day than I would normally like to shoot for a morning, we'll have to see what we find. I hope you'll enjoy the video. If you do, and you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe before you go. It's lovely and peaceful here. I can hear the sound of rushing water. Whether that's just like a stream running through, whether there's a waterfall or not, I don't know. Looks like the path is going to take me kind of down there and around, so I guess we'll see. Yeah, there's a little cascade down there, but it's sheer walls. There's no way to get down there, even if it was more impressive. The ruins of one of the old buildings, one of the old mill buildings, I would guess. Quite nice flowers in the background. I don't think there's a shot there, but it's quite a nice scene to see. At least it shows there is still some water around. I'm actually on like a bit of a bridge at the moment, and if I look over the other side of the bridge, you can see the valley. Oop, I'm going to get blinded by the light. See the valley with the water running through, and it looks like the route's taking me along there. But whether it lets me get down to the water anywhere or not, I don't know. Lovely kind of rock formations sticking out down there, quite nice. Okay, this is the famous Moli del Salt that gives the place its name, and quite a nice cascade, little stream running through here. What I'd ideally like to do is get up there, but the only way to do that would be to wade up this stream. Now I've kind of checked the depth of one of the tripod legs, and it looks like it's probably a couple of feet deep. So I don't really want to do it in my hiking boots because they'll just end up full of water, and I'm not really equipped to do other kind of wading because I haven't got anything else to wear. And barefoot is not an option I want to go for without knowing what's under the water. So I'm going to have another look around, but there might be a shot to be done here in a few minutes. Depends on what else I find. So I managed to find a point to kind of scramble across the river with only slightly wet feet. And I'm now on the opposite side. It's beautifully tranquil out here. So I'm on the side of some, between some woodland. It's very peaceful, just birds, breeze, and just the sound of the water in the background. Whether there's anything to photograph here or not, I don't know. But we'll carry on having a look. Okay, I appear to have hit a dead end. The trail's completely overgrown, and I thought I could get through, but what it's overgrown with has got loads and loads of little thorns. I've been stuck a few times, and shorts and a t-shirt and thorns are not a good mix, so I'm going to leave that one for another time. Okay, I think I'm going to go back and try and get a couple of shots of that cascade at Moli del Salt. See what we can do. So what I might do is see if I can actually do a shot here, because it might look quite nice if I can get the composition to work with this stream running in with all the foliage either side, and then the cascade coming over with some quite nice kind of moss and I don't know what it is, stuff growing on the wall there. I'm going to get the camera out and just have a look at some potential compositions and see. Okay, so I've got a shot here, and what I've got is the stream coming in on the bottom, the reeds coming in on both sides, framing the scene, the cascade almost but not quite in the centre of the frame off to the left, and then just a bit of the building. I'm leaving the sky out of it altogether, but the whole thing kind of comes together to frame the cascade. And I've got a circular polarizer on, which is taking a little bit of glare out the scene because the sun is quite bright. You can see, but in fact I'm to shield my eyes as I'm talking to you. But what it's also doing is just slowing my exposure down a little bit. So I'm going to do one shot focused right out on the cascade, on the wall, at f22 and probably half a second, with the ISO turned down to the low 1 setting. Then I'm going to go to f16. Let's just have a quick double check on that. Yeah, f22, give me half a second. I'll do another one at f16. That'll give me a third of a second. And f11 will give me about a sixth of a second. So I'm going to do f22 focused on the cascade. Give me a longer exposure on the cascade, but at f22. I'll do another one at f16, focused in the same place, and that will be a slightly shorter exposure. I'll do another one at f11, focused on the same place, and again that should hopefully then give me the maximum detail in the background, and I can then blend those in, and I'll do a final one at f11, focused on the foreground, So I'm shooting at 35mm, foreground's fairly close, so I might need a focus stack. We'll see how it looks. As a location, I think the main feature is definitely Moli del Salt with a cascade, and I'm thinking maybe later in the year, maybe sometime around October time, I might come back up here equipped to go wading and see if I can wade out into that stream and get a better view of it. I also think this place might work out well for an autumn shoot, because there are some different kind of trees here which might get autumn colours. So again, October time might be a good time to do a day trip here. It's only about an hour's drive from home, and actually the walk that I've done, you know, so I've been here a couple of hours. It wasn't a lot of walking, which is quite good because it's now getting quite hot. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please consider hitting the thumbs up and giving it a like, sharing it on social media. Don't forget to leave me a comment. I really do love to read your comments, and I always try to respond unless YouTube decides to delete them without any good reason for me. Don't forget, if you're not already a subscriber, then hit subscribe before you go. And as always, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch, so thank you very much. And until the next video, bye.